want you to bring your shoulders and your elbows back. I'll show you slide on as well. So you can sit however you want to, as long as you're comfortable. And you're going to bring your elbows back like that. It's a little bit Barbara Windsor, this one. So what you should hopefully feel is a bit of a stretch across your chest, just here. And hopefully your shoulder blades are sort of squeezing together a little bit as well. I'm just assuming there's been a lot of sitting around going on for the last few weeks. There we go. There we go. So keep going with that one. I'll do a few more seconds. One more. And then roll onto your side. Lying side chest opener. So I want you to curl up on your side, both arms out in front of you, and then open the top arm. I need to lie here. Much better. And as you reach over, look at your hand. It's really nice being in here and not in the tent. God bless the gazebo, it's done so well, but oh, I wouldn't want to be out there this morning. Okay, do one more. And then roll over other side. Blimey. That's better. Good. I don't know about you, but this feels nothing like it did 2 weeks ago. What I should have done the last couple of weeks when I wasn't really doing classes or exercising much was just a little bit of mobility. Okay, one more. And then roll onto your back again. So we're going to do the back rolls again, but this time with one leg crossed over the other. So arms spread out to the sides, cross one foot over the other like that. And then roll your knee towards the floor first of all. So if you want to get a bit more of a stretch in your hip, try and just push your knee away from your body as you're rolling to the side. And try not to let your shoulders come off the floor. You might find if you're rolling to the right that your left shoulder comes off the floor a bit. Try and push it down. And now go the other way, so foot to floor. That's it, well done. This should feel more challenging than knee to floor. Do one more, and then change sides. So cross the other leg over, try and push your knee away from your body, and then knee to the floor. Well done. Good. Again, working to keep your shoulder pushed down to the floor all the time. And then the other way, so foot to floor. Good. Finally, still my hips starting to wake up a little bit. Do a couple more. Okay. And then bring your feet down, bridge. So I want you to roll your back really slowly down to the floor doing this. So push your hips up nice and high and slowly roll your back down again. Trying to unzip your spine as it goes down towards the floor. Keep going. His leggings are a bit tight. How can 2 weeks do so much damage? I ask myself this question every year. Keep going. 10 more seconds. Well done. And then last one. So you probably need something to hold on to for this. I have a nice big handy post here. I want you to hold some very low squats. So holding on to something, I'm going to show you here, like that, a low squat. So a kitchen work surface would be a good height, or a kitchen table, anything you've got that's secure that isn't going to move that you can hang on to. So I don't want you to do this unsupported. I want you to hang on to something. You can keep your back straighter, and you can get your bum close to the floor that way. And when you've got yourself into position, you're reasonably comfortable. I just want you to try and rock a little bit from side to side. So I can really, really feel this in my hips, right in the hip crease. Just gently move from side to side. That's it, well done. So because I'm holding on to something, this is almost quite nice. Just do a couple more. Good. Stand up slowly. And then I want you to lie on your back again. Pelvic rocks. We've been doing these for a while now, so hopefully you should be happy with these. So I want you to lie on your back, arms out to the side, and you're going to push your back hard down to the floor, and then let your back arch. So all that's coming off the floor is the top of your pelvis. So your bum stays in contact with the floor. You're just arching and then pushing your back flat to the floor. Do a few of those. It's a really gentle movement. Hopefully you should start to feel something working low down in your tummy. And now I want you to actually really work on pushing your tummy down to your spine as you're pushing your back into the floor. So arching, everything's kind of relaxed, and then you push your back into the floor, and then just try and push your tummy button towards your spine as hard as you can. Keep going. What I want you to feel is that your tummy button down is starting to wake up a little bit. Keep going. 10 more seconds. Perfect, well done. And then stay lying on your back. We're going to do some conscious breathing. So I've been doing this with our legs up in the air in a dead bug position, but we're going to do it in this position today. I want you to take a deep breath in. The back will rise off the floor. And then I want you to exhale and push your back hard into the floor. But this time, as you exhale and push down, I want you to draw up your pelvic floor at the same time. So exhale, push your back down, and also pull up your pelvic floor. Inhale, let everything relax. Exhale, push your back down and draw up your pelvic floor. So you're doing two things at once. It might be a little bit complicated, but keep practicing. So try and think about pulling up rather than clenching. Why can't I just say that in a normal way? I have to say it like a Miranda Hart's mother, clenching. Okay, keep going. Do one more. And just hug your knees into your chest. Take a few normal breaths. And then we're going to do it back one more time. So again, inhale, relax. Exhale and pull up. So hopefully you should now start to feel the muscles around your pelvis and your tummy just waking up and starting to work. And keep going. 15 more seconds. One more. Good, and done. And then bridge. So you're staying on your back, but this time you're going to do bridge resting on your heels. So I've got my heels on the floor and my toes are up. Push up and then drop down. So I'm not rolling down. I'm just letting my bum go down to the floor and then pushing up. Now, if you're wearing trainers, this is going to be a little bit easier than if you've got bare feet or socks. So I want you to try and keep your toes up, balancing on your heels. And the reason we're doing this is that you'll probably feel as you push your hips up, your hips might feel like they're wobbling a little bit from side to side. So I want you to try and control that movement. So at the top, try and keep your hips level and drop down to the floor really slowly. So you're trying to keep that core engagement, that feeling that you have when your back is pushed down into the floor hard, or when you're exhaling, when you're doing the conscious breathing. Try and keep that feeling going all the time when you're doing this. 10 more seconds, and you should also feel it in your bum as well. Keep going. And rest. Roll onto your side. I'm going to support your head in your hand, legs bent up. So I've got my heels in line with my bum, hand there to support myself, and clamshell. Keeping my heels together, toes are coming up. I'm just being mindful of what my top hip is doing. So what I don't want is my hips to roll back as I'm lifting that top leg up. Make sure it's not moving. So if it is moving, just put your hands in the small of your back and keep your core engaged. Keep going. Good. And then roll over, other side. Off you go. So again, heels together, toes coming apart. Don't let your top hip roll back. Core engaged. Good. Last few seconds. Good. Right. Now, rather than doing the pelvic rocks and the conscious breathing, we're going to do some single leg drops. So bring your head up into your hands. Bring your legs up like that. So your starting position is right angles, lots of right angles. So I've got my feet up, knees above my hips, and my feet at knee height. I'm just going to drop alternate leg down towards the floor. If that feels really easy, then you can challenge yourself by letting your knees drop away from your body a little bit and then drop your heel from there. You must make sure that your back is pushed down to the floor at all times though. If you can't control your lower back, then bring your knees back in towards your chest. So this shouldn't feel horribly taxing. This is another activation exercise, but you should feel it working in your tummy, low down. So I can feel it working here, to the lower part of my transverse abdominis. Keep going. Having your head up in your hands like this will stop your back from arching as well, but your back should be pushed down to the floor. If you can't control it, you can bring your knees in towards your chest even more. 5 more seconds. Starting to burn a bit now. 3, 2, 1. Good. So staying on your back, bridge on your heels again. So heels down, toes up, push up, and then lower down. So if you want to make it more challenging, don't let your bum touch the floor. Keep it raised. And you'll feel it more in your sides and in your shins as well as in your, just in your bum and tummy then. Well done. Keep going. So I'm really trying to push my hips up as high as they'll go. Just let my bum hit the floor just for a second and then up. 10 seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Roll onto your side. Clamshell. So this time, rather than having your feet together like that, I want you to bring the top leg over. So I'm resting the inside of my foot on the inside of my calf. That took a while to think about. I've forgotten body parts. Right, off you go. So doing it this way, I find it easy to stop my hips from rocking back and forward, but it's definitely harder in my bum, just there. Well done. Keep going. 5 seconds. Fine to burn. 3, 2, 1, and then roll over other side. Pull my trousers up. There we go. Off you go. And now I'm regretting eating all the food that I bought for people that couldn't come around on Christmas Day. Well done. 10 more seconds. Good. 2, 1, and then back onto your back. So we're going to repeat those exercises one more time. Single leg drops. Remember, you can make them more challenging by letting the legs drop away from your body a little bit and doing the movement from there. And if you want to make them easier, draw your knees in towards your chest. Off we go. Well done. Good. Keep going. Really paying attention to your back. So the most important thing with this exercise is that your back doesn't arch off the floor when you're doing it. It must stay pushed down. 5 seconds. Well done. 3, 2, 1. Just hug your knees into your chest for a second. And then go back to bridge. So again, on your heels, if you want to progress it again, when you push up your hips, you can bring your arms up above your shoulders. Doing that will really make you unstable, so you're resting on a bit less of your body. So you might find that you wobble about even more. If you're doing this, when you get your hips up, if you feel like they're really moving from side to side and you can't control it, then bring your arms back down to the floor. Only progress if you think you can. So I'm still doing a quick push up and lowering down more slowly. So in this last set, I'm finding my core is activating a little bit more naturally. I'm not having to force it quite so much. I'm not having to really engage as much to remember what it needs to do. Keep going. 10 seconds. I need to look at those spotlights above my head. It's quite blinding. 3, 2, 1. Good. And then onto your side. Clamshell, exactly the same as last time with your leg over the other like that one. Hand to the floor. Well done. Good. 5 seconds. And change sides. Last one of these. Off you go. Good. Well done, keep going. How's your bum feeling? So you should feel this in your bum here. It's burning. Last few seconds. 3, 2, 1. Done. Hooray. Okay, have a little rest. I should explain your next set to you. So we're doing, it's a workout, but not a workout. I'm not going to make you really sweat. It'll be quite mean on a Monday morning. So we've got 4 exercises to get through. A kneeling band press or weighted press, deadlift, straight arm plank, knee across your body, and then a bent leg drop, but with both legs. I can modify those if you need to. So the kneeling press, ideally, you're going to kneel on your band, like that. Bring it onto your shoulders and press above your head. Now, Lynn, is this going to hurt your knee, kneeling on it? Is that okay? Okay, cool. If you don't have a band, the alternative, still kneeling, will be to press a weight above your head. And that can be any weight, it can be tins of beans. I've got a dumbbell, obviously, or a bottle of water. So that's the first one. Let's practice that a few more times. So just do about 15 seconds. So the important thing to think about, I've talked a lot about keeping your back on the floor, not letting it arch. And you want the same thing with this kneeling exercise. So I don't want your back like that. You need to have your bum tucked under, back flat. You should feel your core working when you're pressing. Obviously using your arms, but the main element of this exercise is exercising in front of your tummy. That's good. Just do one more. Perfect. And then stand up. Banded deadlifts. I will show you that if you haven't got a band. So standing on the band like that, cross it over, and then hold as low down as you need to for, you want a decent amount of resistance. You should feel like you can keep going for a long time, but you should feel like you're working against this. And if you don't have a band, just keep going. I'll show you from that position. See my end point, my shoulders are higher than my hips. You don't want to end up like that. And if you're using a weight, so a water bottle would do down like that, and then stand up. So this is if you haven't got a band. That's a deadlift. Then you're going to do a straight arm plank, taking your knee across your body. And if you want to make this less challenging, raised surface. So Not sure that. Do I want to risk? No, I'm not going to push on that. I haven't got a bench up, but pretend I'm on the kitchen work surface. You can do it like that if you want to make it a bit easier. And the last one, bent leg drops, both legs at the same time. This is significantly more challenging than the single leg drop. So you're in the same position, head up in your hands, legs like that, and you're just dropping both heels to the floor at the same time. If you can't control your back, then you're going to do single again rather than double. So for the first round of this, we're doing each exercise for 90 seconds. Then you're going to do 1 minute of curtsy lunges. Then you're going to do the exercises for a minute and then 45 seconds and then 30 seconds. So going down in number for each round. And after each round, you have a minute of a slightly more cardiovascular exercise, which I'll tell you about when we get there because it's too much to remember otherwise. So starting off with a kneeling band press. Let me just get a timing device there I can watch easily. 90 seconds. There we go. That's better. All right, so kneeling down on your band, off you go. So it's 90 seconds for each exercise. Keeping your bum tucked under, slow and steady. So when I do this, I try and keep my elbows forward as much as possible, just because it will help my back work a bit more than my chest. And so, well done. Try and get your arms up to full extension, top of the movement. Lynn, try and hold your arms a little bit wider apart. So kind of, if your hands are down, they're on your shoulders. Is that all right? That's better, yeah. It's not the most comfortable. Could do with little sort of plastic things that could go over the band to make it nicer for our hands. We need some teenagers doing product design to design that. Anybody? Both mine are doing product design, but they weren't anything useful. Arms getting tired? 10 seconds to go. Remember to keep your core engaged. 3, 2, 1. Straight on deadlift. 90 seconds deadlift. So cross that band over if you're using band. So for this first round, not too much resistance. You should be able to feel your bum working. So really push your hips back. That's it. Well done. Good. Well done. 30 seconds. I think my bum is entirely made of red wine now. Keep going. Good. 15 seconds. Just going to watch you. Looking good. Well done. This should be okay to a kneel in. It's all right. Yeah. Good. 3, 2, 1. And then straight arm plank. So straight arm plank for 90 seconds is a long time. I'm going to break this up halfway. You're going to have a little rest. Going to straight arm plank. Try and do it on the floor. So I've got my feet at about shoulder width apart. They're not tightened together. This gives me a bit more stability. Make sure that your shoulders stay directly over your hands. Keep your bum low and tucked under. 5 more seconds and you're going to get rest. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Another 10 seconds rest, and we go again. And off you go. Keeping your bum down. Shoulders over your hands. Try and think about firing your knee across your body quite quickly. And then placing your foot back down to the floor under control. Keep going. 10 seconds. Good. 3, 2, 1. Fab. And then onto your back. Bent leg drop. So again, 90 seconds of this is a lot. So we're going to break it up halfway. Head up in your hands. Drop both heels down at the same time. Good. Now, if you can't control your back, as you bring your feet down to the floor, you will find that your back comes off the floor a tiny bit. What you're trying to do is to control that as much as possible. Good, and then rest, hug your knees into your chest. And then go again. Good. Three, 2, 1, up you get. Curtsy lunges for 1 minute. So curtsy lunge, that's lunging behind you, like that, that's it. Lynn, is that all right for you? The curtsy lunge hurt? No. If a curtsy lunge hurts, can you do a little side? How's that? Is that all right? Yeah, good. So no curtsy lunging. Everyone else, 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. On your band again. Holding for time. We started late. Yeah, perfect. Kneeling band press. So this time is 1 minute. Ooh. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Core engaged. So keep your bum tucked under. Pull your tummy towards your spine. Keep that feeling going all the time that you're moving. You don't want your back to arch. Full extension of the band. Press up as much as you can. Keep going. There we go. 20 seconds. Kneeling on a band, so challenging. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Done. Up you get. Deadlift again. So because we're doing it for shorter, try and make this a bit harder. So if you're crossing the band over, hold it a bit lower down. You've got more resistance. Off you go. Well done. Checking the side. Stick your bum out. Stand up nice and tall. And again, when you're standing up, try and tuck your bum under and pull your tummy in when you're standing up. Don't waste any part of the movement. Keep going. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Straight arm plank. I'll give you a break halfway. If you can do it for the full minute, give it a go. It's hard. Let's see if you can do it. Off you go. So I'm really working to fire my knee across my body quickly, and then placing my foot down to the floor again under control. Good, well done. As you get tired, it's very tempting to let your bum drift in the air. Try and keep your hips pushed forward. That's halfway if you want to break. Off you go. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. And next one, bent leg drops. Hey, Mocha. See my dog in the doorway. She's not coming in. She's not loud. All right, so bent leg drops. Both these at the same time if you can. Off you go. If you find this too challenging, remember it's absolutely fine to do one foot at a time. Keep going. Ten seconds. Burning now. Good. Up you get. So, Lynn, do side lunges again. Everyone else, I want you to do a little leap to the side with the floor touch. You jump, touch the floor. Go on then. Come and say hi. There we go. And out. Everyone out. There we go. This feels hard this morning. Oh my word. Keep going. 10 seconds. And we've got our final set. 45 seconds for each. 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, onto the band. Kneeling down, last set. All right. 3, 2, 1, off you go. I was going to give us a fourth set of 30 seconds, but we're going to run out of time. So your luck's in. Only 3 sets. Well done. Keep going. 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, done. Deadlift. So in this last set, if you want to make it harder still and you're using the band, stand on both sides of it, so you're holding the band like handles and do it that way. That'll give you a lot more resistance. Should make it significantly harder. You won't be able to hear this because the earpiece filters out background noise, but there are birds on the roof of this gym office. You can hear them running around. That's hilarious. Keep going. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Straight arm plank. So try and do the full 45 seconds. I won't give you a break halfway. The last time we're doing this. Excuse me. Hang on. Oh, okay. Apparently the dog can open doors. Off you go. She's not had a walk yet this morning. Keep going. Not long, 10 seconds. Well done. And 3, 2, 1. Last exercise, onto your back. Double leg drop. If you're feeling it more in your back than you are in your tummy, then go back to the single leg drop. Off you go. Keep going. Well done. Really try and keep your back pushed down. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. Pull your knees into your chest for a few seconds, then we're going to stretch. Well done. We've run over by a couple of minutes, but we were a bit late starting. There was faffing this morning. I think it's allowed though, it's the 4th of January. Right, roll over onto your front. Go into child pose. So, feet together, knees apart. And then just reach forward. Keep your bum on your heels. Just for a longer top. And then push up. Right. Cat stretch. Hands and shoulders. Really, really arch your back up. Try and get as much of a stretch as you can. Cross your shoulders. And then tuck your toes under. Push up. Oh my word. That's a challenge this morning. Try and get your heels down to the ground. And then bend your knees. Knees down. Right, hip flexor. So put one foot forward and slightly out to the side. Tuck your bum under and then push forward. That's it. I'll show you from the front. So I've got my foot about there. So when I'm pushing into this, I'm getting a bit of a stretch in my groin as well as my hip flexor. That's it. And then change sides. So foot forward, out to the side slightly, tuck your hips under, push forward. So it turns out that sitting around for 2 weeks watching Netflix and eating your body weight in cheese and red wine is not good for your body. Who knew? Okay, and then glute stretch. So Lynn, don't do this one. I'll give you an alternative. So if you're Lynn, I want you to do this on your back. But Lynn, I've got 2 Lynns, Lynn Challoner. That's probably been really confusing. I'm really sorry, Lynn. So Lynn Challoner, cross your leg over like that, and you can just stay lying on the floor and just push your knee away from your body. That's a safe, hopefully, where everything you shouldn't fit in your knee at all. Everyone else, this one. And then change sides. Lynn, is that all right if you're, yeah. Ten more seconds. Good, and then up you get slowly. Quad stretch, do it standing up. Hang on to something if you need to. I'm going to. So if you're hanging on to something, you can get a more aggressive stretch, but just be careful what your back's doing. Don't let your back arch. Keep your bum tucked under. Pull your heel into your bum. Well done. Change sides. And release. And then last one, just roll down, touch your toes. Or not, in my case, blimey. And slowly stretch up. I have limited ceiling height, so I can just about, there we go. Good, and done. Well done. Lovely to see you all.
Thanks, Catherine.
Was that okay? Could you see me all right?
Yeah, brilliant. Really worked really well.
Good, I'm glad. It's nice. It's really nice being indoors.
Yeah, it's really nice. Have a good day. I'll see you later.
Have a lovely day. See you later. Bye.